Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Yes, I am back again. If you guys were here last night, you know I was streaming pretty late, and now I'm back again. We're gonna do another cool little stream. Last night was, of course, Jackery, and today is, of course, Dragon Blogger. Now we are gonna do a whole bunch of very cool products. We're gonna actually start off with the PlayStation 5 Pro. That is because Justin just got himself the Pro variation and he wanted to show off the actual console itself. Now, yeah, the console is about $699, and I'm sure at some point there's going to be a PlayStation 6. Let's just go there. But we're going to show you guys this very cool little video of what Justin did.
We're unboxing the PlayStation 5 Pro to show you what you get in the box here. As you can see, it's fairly lightweight, and I was actually shocked that the PlayStation 5 Pro is lighter than the original PlayStation 5. Getting into the box is a little difficult because the outer shell of the box is so delicate and thin and tears so easily. I was trying to get the inside white box out without ripping it, and of course I ripped the outer box, which I was trying not to do.
That was weird.
But provided you can actually pull out the little white box without ripping the outer shell, I would recommend kind of opening it from the bottom and pushing forward to try to push the inner box out, just so you don't rip the outer box in case you want it in good condition and you want to save it and not rip it. Normally I could care less. I don't save my boxes. So showing you what you get now, opening it up, pulling it out from the side here. You, of course, get...
You know what? We're going to do this. Now, normally Justin doesn't do unboxings like this, but you're going to get the HDMI cable, the premium cable. You're going to get, of course, that beautiful little charging cable for your controller. You're going to get the power cable and, of course, the actual controller itself. Now, the controller is just bubble wrapped and, of course, set in there. Wish it was a little bit more protected personally myself, but it is okay the way it was done. Now you're going to see right here the actual little clips to allow it to help set up and hang those said devices. Now he's going to also pop out and open up and show you guys the actual PlayStation itself. Now that is actually in a cardboard little wrap that you guys will see here that keeps the legs protected. But guys, remember, this is the Pro variation, so you guys are going to have what you need when you need to play. Now the Pro variation is still a great little piece of technology for you guys. Now, you're going to have, of course, the USB-C ports on the front or the USB-A ports on the front so you guys can have all the control with this. Now, with this Pro console, guys, it's got everything. Hey, what's up, Darthwing? How you doing, buddy? What's up, my guy? Now, it is a 2 terabyte SSD built into this guy, so you have the 2 terabyte variation with this one. Unfortunately, this, of course, is just a diskless version. It's not a disc version. Justin doesn't use a lot of the disc games. He downloads pretty much everything that he ever needs off of there. So that's just the way he rolls with this on hand. Now, what you're seeing is, of course, he's showing you guys everything else. If you want a disk drive for this, you actually can get the disk drive for the slim variation. It's like $80. So you guys can add a disk to this if you need to. Now, 120 frames per second is what they claim. Advanced ray tracing built in. PS5 Pro variation is going to allow you to do game boost and backwards compatibility with other consoles, which is great as well. Play at 60 frames per second or turn it up to 120. That's up to you. 4K output with this. Now, the DualSense wireless controller with haptic feedback and adaptive triggers is actually kind of great with this. Now, you guys are seeing he has the original, of course, sitting there, and he's showing you guys the difference between sizes of the Pro and the original with the disk drive. It is quite a big difference with that variation, and that's what he's kind of getting at here. Of course, it's a little bit longer of a little unboxing from him, but hey, that's just Justin for this time and a lot of the other cool stuff. But if you guys need a PlayStation, check it out. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with it. Now, up next is a very cool little silicone covers for your controllers. This is, of course, another Justin video. It was the video.
You can see here's my PS5 controller that I'm going to put it on. This is a silicone skin that helps kind of protect your controller from scratches or dirt. It adds that extra layer. Plus, it has a nice feel to it. You can see it has these little bumps on the back of it that your fingers can kind of like slot into to give them a good grip. And it comes with a little sticker you could put over the little touchpad itself. So we'll go ahead and put that on. Again, really easy to put your controller in. You just slide your controller to the front. It's very, very stretchy, so you don't have to worry about stretching it to put your controller in on both sides. Just stretch everything you need over it, line everything up, and you're good to go. See how easy it stretches like that? And you just kind of like slide the silicone skin over where you need to go. And there you go. You have a nice silicone skin controller. Really, really nice feel to it. Easy access to all your buttons. Nothing's obscured or obstructed. And then you can go ahead and put the sticker on your pad. Remember to clean your PlayStation 5 controller first before putting your sticker on it, which I did with a lens cleaning cloth. Let me line this up here. Let's see if I can get this on the first time. Sticking stuff on, but there we go. Almost. Yeah, it's pretty close. All right, so there's how it looks with the spider on it. Doesn't obscure the button touch. Even, oh look, I'm still drawing on the, yeah, it even accepts the touch. It doesn't mess up with doing the touch press. So if you're looking for a really nice controller skin, this is a spider controller skin. I kind of really like the way the red blends into the black here. I like the feel, like the grip. And look at these little textured bumps on the side here for your palm.
I love how this controller is already out the box and it's got dog hairs on it. So if you guys need a silicone pad setup right there for your controller, and of course, dog hair is not included. Just check it out, guys. Now, we have a couple keyboards that we're going to be showing you. We're going to start off with the Ulanzi AL80. Now, the Ulanzi AL80 is actually a really, really cool little keyboard that I was just playing with the other day. Now, the AL80 is, of course, back in its box because I put it up, but this is the AL80, and it actually has a smart LED screen on it. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do is pull this out and kind of show you guys the keyboard. All of these keyboards I'm about to show you comes with extra keycaps, comes with, of course, the charging cables and everything. I'm not going to bore you with that stuff. It does come with all the user manuals and pamphlets that you're going to need. Now, we are looking at, of course, a fully aluminum housed keyboard in a palm-size styling. This is what I consider a 75% keyboard. So this is your 75% keyboard, right? Fully aluminum housing all the way around. Volume wheel that's going to allow you to, of course, adjust your volume and mute it on hand. Display, of course, down here. Now, triple connection with this keyboard. Your triple connection is going to be Bluetooth, and you guys can do 3 connections with Bluetooth. You guys can go 2.4 gigahertz with, of course, the dongle that's hidden in, of course, the actual piece itself, or you guys can do wired connection. Now, you have the, of course, the adjustabilities and usability. It is a fully RGB keyboard right here. You guys will see that little display pop up. You're going to see the little googly eyes and, of course, the battery. If I hold down function and, of course, 9, we're going to have an LCD screen where I can add a picture to. It is full customizable and, of course, color controlled. The LED lights are not the world's brightest on this, and I'm just going to go there with this. It is not the world's brightest, but that little digital screen where I can add a Dragon Ball or Dragon 2 is kind of cool. It's a great little piece. Nice keyboard. What I'm going to tell you is super heavy keyboard. This thing has some weight. Now, what I can also tell you is I got fingerprints all over the prismatic backing, and it does have a prismatic backing. Let me turn some more lighting on real quick so you guys can kind of see this. Was kind of going for the dark feel today, but the prismatic backing that has fingerprints, because I was just touching it, but it's got a prismatic backing. I'm going to be honest with you. I wish the prismatic was the full front fascia of the keyboard. I wished it was full front fascia of the keyboard of that, because that prismatic is actually kind of gorgeous. I like the look of that. Now, like I said, guys, you have 3 connections. You guys can do Bluetooth. You guys can do wireless. You guys can, of course, do cable. That's up to you. When fully charged, you're going to get a nice battery time out of this. And it should give you multiple days of usage without a problem if you guys are using minimalistic RGB. It is a 6,000 milliamp battery inside this. It has 1,000 hertz polling rating. Can be adjusted with via the online app, or if you guys download the device control center, you guys can adjust that display, which is kind of cool. This is a really, really beautiful little keyboard. Now, the keyboard is, of course, hot swappable, so you guys can pull the keycaps out. You guys can actually swap out the keys. Now, the keys that are in it, of course, are nice backlit ergonomical style swappable, but they're not always going to be, hey, these are the best. These are a Gatreon Zero switch. Now, the Gatreon Zero switch means it's a silent style. I'm sure you guys can hear some of that, but it's actually pretty quiet for a keyboard of its styling. Great little keyboard though. This is going to work well for those of you that don't need the full numbers pad style keyboard, but it does do that. And like I said, you guys can swap out these black caps. Of course, it's got some different colored caps. You guys can swap out the gray ones. It's got a set for that as well. It's a great little styling of keyboard that's going to work well for you guys if you need something like that. Needs numbers. I have one with number pad coming up, Sheila. I have one with the number pad, so I'm showing 3 different variations. Now, what I can tell you is I am actually starting to enjoy UNZ keyboards. The way they design them is a little bit different than some of the others. And you guys can see, like, it's got the little graphics designs. It's got that LCD screen that you guys can change out. It's going to do what you need. Now, that's the AL80. Now, the AL80 is, yes, it's coming in at a few bucks. It's $87. It's like 20% off today. Normally, it's $110. A lot of you are like, I'm not going to spend $110 on keyboards. I can tell you I've spent way more on a keyboard than $110. Just going to go there. I've actually bought Cherry MX keyboards from Cherry itself, and at the time, those were like crazy priced. Now, we're going to show you guys another like aluminum style keyboard. This keyboard has something that the others didn't have, and it's full RGB lighting all the way around. Now, this is the AL65. Now, the AL65 is still a very good keyboard, and it has, of course, something a little different as well. It still has the Gatreon Zero keys, but you guys can get it with the Milk V2s. I have the variation with the Milk V2s. And you guys are going to, again, see the prismatic boxing and the prismatic coloring of this keyboard, but it does a little bit different with this. So let's grab this, of course, off. Let's, of course, pull the cover off and set it aside. You guys can see that prismatic on the box. Prismatic's kind of cool. I like prismatic. Now, UNZ actually makes a keycaps where you guys can get customized keycaps from UNZ as well, which is kind of cool. I actually asked them to send me some customized keycaps. Hopefully, they will send me off some customized keycaps. This keyboard, Sheila's really going to want, and I'm honestly, with this one, she's really going to want it. All of the user manuals you're going to need to show you guys how to change the coloring, how to do the backlight, how to adjust through it, change it over from Mac, Windows, and all of this. Now, this is, of course, a 60% structured hot swappable keyboard. So it is smaller than the variation that we just saw, but it's still nice and heavy because it's a fully aluminum keyboard. You guys are just going to get the first look right there. And you guys can see that aluminum CNC housing, which, of course, is going to do something. Let's pop it open and actually turn it powered on. You guys can see. There's that RGB lighting in the housing, which the other one didn't have. The lighting on this is brighter, and there's a reason for that. Look at the crystal clear keys. The crystal clear keys, guys. Now, these crystal clear keys, they do come with, of course, swappable keys. You guys can pull the crystal clear out. It comes with extra keycaps to turn them white. Don't know why you'd want to do that, but some people may have a problem reading the keycaps to see what they are. And of course, these are actually just logos, so you guys can see the snowflake, you guys can see the light, you guys can, of course, see the others. And that's why some people would probably swap it out. You have arrow keys on this. The arrow keys are actually swapped and adjusted. You have a temperature keys. We can change out again. If I hold the function and 9 and the function and up, we can change color patterns with this. So we can change out the color patterns. This, of course, is a QMK changeable keys. You guys can change out what the keys do with the QMK on the VIA software or VIA website. So you guys can actually do that with this. Again, with this keyboard, you have 3 Bluetooth connections. So I can swap through the 3 Bluetooth connections. So I can switch through 3 different Bluetooth devices, whether it be my PC, my TV, my phone, or whatever it's hooked up to. We can also go cabled where it's 100% fully plugged in and we don't have to worry about it. Or if we want to, we can go wireless dongle. And the wireless dongle, again, is going to give us that 2.4 gigahertz low latency. Now, Milk V2 is going to be the variation I kind of have, but they also offer the variation of the Gatreon Zeros, and I don't have the Gatreon Zero key. Now, still, super quiet keyboard. I want to kind of do this because let's pull the background software off. I want to show you guys something. They're a smooth sounding key. Very, very smooth sounding key. And I love how smooth the sounding of this keys are on this keyboard. It's not really that clicky. All right, hold on. Let's see if I can do this, Sheila. Now, I normally don't do that. You think that's clicky? Let's see. What do we have? Bunch of zeros. Can I do zeros? That's clicky. That's my standard daily keyboard. You can hear the difference, right? So my keyboards, I usually run like a blue switch or a red switch or even brown switches from Cherry. A lot of my keyboards have been swapped out from their standard keys to Cherry keys because I like a really, really loud, not audioable keyboard. My wife, not so much, but I deal with what I got to deal with. So guys, this is an amazing little keyboard from Yunzi, the AL65 crystal clear keys. Check it out. You'll probably enjoy that one. It's a really, really beautiful little piece of technology. Again, fully rechargeable. Should give you a nice long battery lifestyle, so you don't have to worry about it dying while you're using it and all of that other cool stuff. Now, Sheila's like, her ears are ringing from that clickiness of my keyboard. That's not even my loudest keyboard. Trevor, what's up? Good morning, buddy. So that's the Yunzi AL65 Prismatic. Really kind of cool keyboard. But we're going to go into a much, much more amazing keyboard. Now, this is $130 normally. It's $104 today. Like I said, this keyboard cost a little bit, but you can see what you're actually getting for the price of that. I can't do the quiet, Sheila. I can't do a quiet keyboard. I need to know if I'm mistyping. I don't know. It's for the gaming for me. So the louder my keys, the style of keys I use are all for gaming. It's not for the typing. Now, we're going to go into a $100 keyboard. Now, I'm going to talk about this $100 keyboard that comes in two variations, black or white. I have the white variation. It comes with the Gantrion switch or the Coco V2. I have a Coco V2. I want a keyboard that's like... I have one. Just did one the other day. I literally just did one the other day with typewriter style keys. Oh, that's pretty funny. I literally just did one the other day that's literally typewriter style keys. The round keycap sticks up. Oh, it was just, I don't know. Oh, it was weird. Now we're going to talk about the IF99. All right. So this is the IF99. Now the IF99 from Yunzi is actually a little bit cheaper than the other two keyboards, but it's got some really cool aspects to it. Again, multiple points of connection, fully 96% layout with number pads. Of course, full digital screen on this one. Again, full digital screen that can be adjusted. I have the snowflake variation right here, so you guys can see the snowflakes on this. Now, this has got some cool stuff. We're just going to pull it out. Now, I did these videos the other day. Did not know I was supposed to show this live, so I put them all back in the box. That's the funny part. So many keyboards. It's crazy. Again, user manual and pamphlet. If you guys need the user manual and pamphlet, it's going to walk you through like the OLED screen. It's going to allow you to show you guys see where the downloads are. It's going to allow you to show you how to connect it up through the cabling, 2.4 gigahertz, or of course the triple Bluetooth connection. Inside here, you're going to get an accessories kit. All of these keyboards come with accessory kits. It's going to come with extra keycaps. It's going to come with a few extra keys just in case you need to swap out some keys. Sometimes keys go dead, or sometimes keys show up dead, so they give you extras just to make sure that you guys can change it out. Now, the keyboard. This is actually a lighter, lightweight keyboard of their variations of the three that we're showing you guys. And David, thank you for the follow. Now, this is a cool little keyboard because you guys are going to have this nice little design graphics right here. I still have the plastic on there for a reason because if I decide to give this away, I want somebody to know that if you guys push it to the side and pop it off, you have the 2.4 gigahertz dongle hidden underneath. This is a magnetic plate. This magnetic plate's got a nice little Japanese or Chinese style design of a mountain range and everything with it, and it's kind of cool. This is where it's going to get kind of cool. So you guys can see this. One click to infinity. You have the USB-C charging port, and underneath you have that snowflake design. Now, again, I wish that they made the whole housing that design, because the design is really, really amazingly well done. And it's a cool design. Now, down here below, you're going to, of course, notice over here, you're going to have your connections for Bluetooth, wired, or, of course, wireless 2.4 gigahertz dongle. By switching them over is what's going to activate it. Now, fully RGB keyboard, but you have that digital screen up top. And the digital screen is going to show you guys the battery percentage. It's going to show you guys if it's in Bluetooth mode or Windows mode or Mac mode. It's also going to show you guys if you guys need to see the time. Again, function 9, if we hit this, you're going to notice that's going to pull up a dragon logo that I already added through the software. Now, if I want to do function 0, we can do function 0, and it's got the googly eyes just staring at you, and they actually is a GIF. You guys can add GIFs or GIFs, if however you want to pronounce them, into that and make your own. You're limited to file size for that, though. So the file size is a limitation of how big of a GIF or how many flops you guys can do inside this. Now, it is, again, a GMK or QMK style keyboard that can be swapped out the keys. These are all, of course, dynamic backing, so you guys are going to have multi-layer design, which is your dampening design or dampening section. That dampening section on this keyboard is going to make it quieter. So you have, of course, like the absorbing foam. It's like a switch pad. It's going to have the PC plate, a silicone cover. It's going to have, of course, the PET sound foam, the switch foam, and I think it's a button silicone pad as well. So it's all in there for, of course, to make it silent. So not very, very loud at all. So it's a very, very quiet keyboard with this one. Now, this is going to kind of remind me of the old Omega keyboards, if you guys have ever seen one of those, which is kind of cool. The RGB lighting in this one's a little bit brighter than the first one we showed you, but still a great keyboard that's going to do well for you. It's just one of them keyboards that's got multi-point connections. I can bounce back and forth from this PC to that PC as long as I have it in Bluetooth connectability, which means I don't need multiple keyboards or I don't need a KVM switch to switch between my devices. That's where it's really at. Now, I wish they did a mouse and keyboard wireless setup that would switch back and forth as well. To have a dual piece would be even better. If you want to, though, remember, they make an adjustable setup for these keycaps where you guys can have some customizable keycaps. They have, I believe, some... what keycaps did they have? I can't remember the ones I wanted. I think there was Dragon Ball Z. I think there was some Pokemon. And there were some others, too, as well. So. The Yunzi IF99. Beautiful keyboard. That's actually really kind of cool. So, any questions about those 3 keyboards? Hey, AC, thank you for the follow. And AC, thank you for the follow. Sheila, I'm now a cyborg. I have a digital ring on me that's tracking my movement, my heart rate, and all of the other cool stuff. Shocks open fit. All right. What was the last keyboard again? The last keyboard is the IF99 from Yunzi. I can pull it back up. This is the Yunzi IF99. So that is that Yunzi IF99, of course, with logo, designed, hidden. If you pop it open. It's actually linked on the carousel right now. Not sure. Let me see if I can cram this. The last time I did this, I got banned for posting the link. Let's see. So, right there. Don't drop it. It's all good. It happens. Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. Yeah. It's not going to go far. I keep losing the knob on my... Well, stop losing your knob, Sheila. How about a new one? That would be cool. Oh, you know what? I'm going to play a video and I'm going to grab something because I want to show you guys something that goes with the keyboards and all of that stuff. You guys are going to love this. I'm going to play a quick video and I'm going to go grab this because you guys will be interested in this one. This is actually a kind of a cool little piece. Sheila will probably like this too. Let's grab the Shocks Open Fit. Grab a video real quick.
The Shocks Open Fit 2 for about 2 weeks now and using it at least 2 to 3 hours every single day. I have one in my ear just to show you, and I'm going to tell you about my thoughts on it, my review on it, what I like about it, what could use more improvement. So first of all, like the Open Fit, it goes in its container, it charges in its container. You could set it into pairing mode by leaving both of them in the container and long pressing the button in case you want to pair it with a second device because it has multi-point support. And they just slot right in. Very easy to keep them charged. I love that it charges via USB-C. Love the portability.
We really don't need him talking. I know this product. It's actually really cool. Now, OpenFit is a great product from Shocks. Now, it has built-in microphones so you guys can still talk and answer calls, but it is fully IP55 water resistant, which means you guys can actually jog in it, sweat in it. Don't worry about it. On a charge, you're going to get, of course, a very cool 48 hours of playtime with this, which is actually very beautiful on that. So you have that. Now, quick, fast charging capability, and of course the housing that's going to allow you to do it. Sound quality is going to be decently well with, of course, the low frequency diaphragm that they built into this with the high frequency driver that they put onto this. And it has Shocks Open Bass 2.0 technology built into this one. Now, fit and fitability is actually decently well done. It's going to allow you to, of course, connect up and, of course, see everything you need. Multiple points of connection, but still allow you to hear everything going on around you, which is actually really, really amazingly well done for a device. Now, for those of you that were watching the keyboard section, and I was talking about mouses, this is a gaming mouse pad. You guys can see right down there. It says glass. Yes, this keyboard or mouse pad is fully glass. It is a full glass keyboard, which I'm going to pull out and kind of show you guys. If you've never heard of a glass keyboard, you're not alone. This was a first for me. It threw me off because most mice or gaming mice don't work well on glass. You were going to get, of course, a nice little leather padding for this. And then you're going to get the glass pad. This is actual glass. So this is a glass pad. It's got a nice rubberized bottom on it, but it is glass. You do have to be careful with this. This will actually work with your mice. It actually allows for the mice and the laser to target this and still, of course, have that precision movement without a problem. So this is actually kind of cool. This is something different that I didn't expect when I was doing this the other day. So yeah, a glass mouse pad. Who's ever thought about that? And if you've ever tried to use your mouse on your coffee table that's glass or your glass kitchen table, you'll know it doesn't work well, and you usually have to put paper under it or a mouse pad. This will allow for that. It is a little bit more scarier to me because, I mean, it is a glass piece, but when it breaks in small cubes. It doesn't splinter, so you don't have to worry about it. But it is full glass keyboard. Of course, this design is not the only design for that. But yeah, it's a really cool design for a mouse pad. It's just different. I have what's called a 3XL mouse pad on my desk that is designed with our Dragon Blogger logos, fully encapsulated, but this is a cool idea. If I didn't have so much electronics on my desk or drop stuff all the time, this would be there. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like that. Let's see if I can put it away without breaking stuff. It's definitely a different idea. I mean, who would ever think of a glass mouse pad? It's just one of the things. I think we're going to be talking about a triple monitor set. This is going to be an extender. This is like a screen extender, 14-inch version for your laptops. Now, this is a kind of cool little piece that can connect up to your laptops to give you two more beautiful little pieces of screens. Let's grab this.
Here I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up this triple monitor system. First of all, just check your laptop and make sure you have USB-C ports with this symbol next to them, so you know there has the video output option available. Either have 2 of these ports on your laptop, or at least 1, and also an HDMI port. My laptop
It's something
has
like that.
the
Definitely
available
something like that.
HDMI port and the available USB-C port with that display port symbol next to it. I'm going to go ahead and take the screens out of the carry case. And
I think it's
also
time
the
to switch out my
necessary
keyboard.
cables out of the side pouch.
I've
I'm
hammered
going to
this
take
one.
out the foot, get that ready, flip it over, fold out the screens.
You know what? We don't need audio for this as well. This is kind of cool. It's going to connect up with, of course, the USB-C connections, but also HDMI connectors as well. It's going to allow you to, of course, spread out and clip onto your laptop screen. And when clipping onto that, it's going to hold it and actually allow you to set it on there and make it, of course, that triple monitor mount. The only thing I do tell you guys is when you add, of course, those extra monitors, make sure that your monitor is, of course, set in a certain angle, because the weight of the 2 other pieces may make it a little tip heavy. So you do need to adjust it. The other downfall to a setup like this is it is a multi-connection piece. So you're going to need, of course, 2 USB ports to connect up to the extra monitors. And then once you have it set up there, you have screen 2, screen 3, and of course, your standard screen. You're going to have another cable that's going to allow it to power, unfortunately, with this. So not the cleanest design thus far, and I'm going there 100%. This is not the cleanest design. It takes a lot of cabling to run this product. We've done some others that was a lot less cabling. It's like we've done one that was 1 USB-C that did this, but the colorway works well, and this will allow you to, let's say, mirror your screen. It'll allow you to, of course, adapt the screen, allow you to have separate screens. That way you can multitask and work, or you guys need to multitask and edit. You guys can do that kind of like what he's showing you guys. 3 different videos playing on 3 different screens. You have, of course, speakers built onto this. Now, they're not the world's loudest speakers. I'm just going there. If you guys need more volume, headset's probably your friend, or, of course, adaptable speakers with this. But color gambit is decently well done with this. It's a 1080p version, so you're going to get, of course, an IPS display with a good 98% color gambit, but it's only going to do about 1080p at about 60 frames per second. You're not going to get 120 frames. You're not going to get 120 hertz, all right? It's a lower hertz or lower frames per second with this variation. It's good enough for you guys to do that multitasking. So if you guys ever travel for work and you have to work from a laptop, but you need a bigger screen, this would actually work with this. Yeah, exactly. Something like that would definitely work for a dungeon screen for those Dungeons & Dragon players and adaptations. Now, as you say that, it's funny because me and Justin, Mr. Dragon Blogger, were talking the other day, and I was showing him. This guy made a full Dungeons & Dragons table that is fully screened. It's a full digital screen that's controlled from his laptop, and then of course has changeable places, so the map is always moving as they're playing. This is kind of would be a good screen for that, so you guys can set up like your characters that are about to attack or about to take down and everything else with that. It would be kind of cool for that. But multitasking is where it's really at for those people that like to work and need to work from their hotel rooms. Or work on vacation. Unfortunately, some people are always on call, and this would do something like that. Now, if you guys are into projectors, we actually have a really cool projector up next. I was just actually trying to get a new projector the other day. Now, we're going to show you guys an Anker product. If you guys have never heard of Anker, check them out. Anker makes some phenomenal products, and they have variations of products. They also have, of course, the Nebula line, and we're showing you guys the Nebula line here. This is, of course, the Mars 3. Now, the Mars 3 is 1,000 ANSI lumens brightness projector at, of course, this beautiful piece. It is portable, rechargeable, can be taken in places that you normally wouldn't take it
Here for the Dragon
because
Block?
of that chargeability with it. Now, right here, you guys can see this little piece, 5 hours of playtime on a full charge. 1080p full HD. This is Dolby Digital built in. Of course, it has that auto adjustment display and ergonomical handle that's going to allow you to, of course, control it with this. Now, it's an IPX3 water resistant, not waterproof. So the moment you start seeing rain coming, shut it down. Take it inside, cover it up. Now, it's a 185 watt hour power bank built in, and that's your built-in battery bank for this design. Fully voice controlled if you want to through the remote control, but also has, of course, the controller that will allow you to work it. If you lose the controller, you guys can connect it up to a phone app, and the phone app can control it as a controller as well, which is kind of cool on top of it. Or you guys can use the controller on the handle with, of course, the joystick and thumb pads, everything else. The screen is covered with this rubber padding that you guys are seeing that says Mars 3. Pop that screen down or that cover and you guys will see the actual lens area. And that's there to keep it clean. The moment you pop it down, it actually turns on by itself. You don't have to worry about it. The downfall to that is if your kids are playing with it, the battery may die if you're trying to keep it at charge. Has an HDMI hookup so you guys can hook up gaming consoles. Now, this is where it's kind of cool. Add a Fire Stick and you guys are good to go if you really wanted to with this on hand. It's a very, very beautiful little piece. Now, backyard game movie night would be good because you can do all the way up to 200-inch screen with this on hand. It has Android TV built in. Your Android TV is 11.0, so it is a very current version of Android TV. It's going to give you access to over 400,000 movies, 7,000 plus apps on hand. That means your Netflix, your Amazon Prime, whatever you really want is there inside. Download that app and connect it. Downfall to that is you can only download so many apps before the hard drive space is full up and you can't connect more apps. That's why a Fire Stick or mini PC or something else might be your option to add extra apps. Now, 40 watts of Dolby Digital sound. So it's got drivers, it's got, of course, passive radiators, it's got, of course, tweeters, all built into this to give you that sound, which is great. It has a tripod mount on the bottom, but you guys also have the adjustable stand, so you guys can set it on the table and adjust it as well right there. Now, it's a beautifully well done projector. I think Phil has done this one. I think Justin has this one. This might actually be a Phil video that we're showing you. I could be completely wrong with this. Could be somebody else. But very cool. 24% off today. Normally about $1,040 or $1,050. It's like $7.99. Here's all your controlling on top. It is a smart control, so you guys are going to do well with this. But once you set it up, you see right here, it'll automatically start adjusting the screen to fit it. You move it, you can adjust it. It's going to have the mode. The mode will adjust it for you. You can change out sound quality on this one as well. You guys can change out the lighting coloration or color gambit with this. So let's say you're in a darker setting. You can adjust it to be a little bit brighter, or if you're in, of course, a lighter setting, vice versa. It will work with that. The one thing I'm always going to point you guys towards, if you guys are using these projectors at home for all home usage, get yourself a CLR or ALR screen. Ambient light rejecting and ceiling light rejecting. That's going to give you a more truer dark of blacks on the screen, which means it's going to allow the pictures to pop more vibrant and work well. So that's the kind of cool little piece with that little Anchor Nebula model. And of course, we're not going to talk to Sheila because she wants one of those. For those of you that are into conversational pieces, this may be a conversational piece for you. This is not going to be geared towards everybody wanting to buy it. I'm going to be honest with you. And that's because of the price. Charging. Now, this is normally a $220 laptop charger. This is from ShareGeek. This is a portable charger. This is their Storm 2. This is a 25,600 milliamp power bank. That's it. It's a power bank. The conversational piece is because it's a straight crystal clear casing. And on the casing, you guys can see all of the circuitry inside the PCB board. You guys can see, of course, the caps. You guys can see the LCD screen. And it has an LCD screen. This screen has a more in contact screen than some of the other projectors that I have tested and used in many of years. See, right here is just a layout of the screen. It's going to allow you to see, of course, your DC inputs, your DC outputs. It's going to allow you to see your USB-C ports. It's also going to allow you to see the temperature that it is running at, and of course the volts and the amperage that it's pulling through and pulling out. It will also give you guys the battery display of how much battery is left with this. It comes with a 100-watt pass-through cable, so that is a full, true 100-watt cable. It is bright yellow. It comes with, of course, a carrying bag that says Storm 2. Now, like I said, you guys can definitely find a 25,000 milliamp power bank probably for cheaper out there, but this is more geared towards the conversational people or just are really interested in something like this. It's a very, very beautifully well done power bank. And it's kind of cool looking. I really like the way it looks because of the clear casing, the technology. You guys can see all the technologies there. You guys can see the chips. You guys can see the boards. You guys can see the tracings. And if you guys know what tracing's on the board, that's the way that everything moves through the board. 2 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port, and a DC plug. Can be pulled apart. So if, guys, a battery ever goes bad, and you guys know how to work with lithium batteries, I'm sure you guys can solder a new one in there without a problem. That's up to you how you do it. But multiple variations and usages. Now we're going to come over here. Right there is your lit up digital screen. It has a menu pad. You guys can go into the menu and swap through stuff with this. So cool little piece, great little option for those of you that need a power bank of that style. There you guys go. Very, very cool little option for you. Now, I'm going to show you guys the ESR product up next. This might be the MagSafe wallet you've been looking for. This is actually from ESR. It is made from vegan leather and does have, of course, N52 magnets that are going to be super strong and hold up to 3,200 grams of force on this device. Now to pull it off, you guys can actually just pop it off just like that. It takes a lot of force though for that. You guys can see the magnet right back there. It's going to just sit there and magnetically stick. Now it's got, of course, 2 slots that can hold up to 5 cards for those of you that need to hold multiple cards in a wallet on the back of your phone. So if you guys are looking for that beautiful MagSafe wallet like this one, look no further than ESR. They got you covered. So just a simplified little magnetic wallet, guys, for those of you that need a magnetic wallet. We also have up next, I think, ESR. This is a piece I use in my car. This is a cool wireless charger. Now, wireless chargers have their place, and my Durango, unfortunately, doesn't have a wireless charger.
James, we're taking a look at the
use
ESR
this wireless charger. Now, this is a cool little wireless charger that's going to allow me to run my phone. And I actually use this device on a trip all the way to the West Coast and back. Now, you're going to get, of course, about 15 watts of charge rate through that wireless charging, but it can mount to your dash, or it can mount to, of course, your air vent. I'm going to go here. If you have a heavy phone with a heavy case, your air vent may not be strong enough. Just make sure and check that you have a nice strong piece. Now, what I ended up doing halfway through my trip, because I realized that my stereo was still strong and it kind of damaged my air vent, is I left the wireless charging on it, but I just set it in my console and still worked it that way. Now, it works by USB-C connection to USB-A connection. It's a 600 GF magnetic strength with this, so the connection strength is actually quite strong. 2 mounting options and 360-degree rotation, so you guys can do portrait, or of course, you guys can do landscape. That's up to you how you guys do that. Now, with it, the 15 watts of charging is not the world's fastest charging, but it's fast enough for your wireless charging to keep it charged for you. Now, 100% stable to a point, and I'm going there with this, not meant for round air vents or, of course, slightly oblong with honeycomb design. If you have a honeycomb design that's a grid pattern, not going to fit in there. It's only going to work on air vents that have single grids. So that's just unfortunate with this. Now, a lot of them are like that, though. Another thing I will warn you guys. If you are in a cold area and you're running your heat, you have your phone sitting on that charger in front of that air vent, your phone may overheat. So do be a little cautious with that because the air vent mounting style causes that. If you're worried about it, use, of course, the 3M adhesive dash mount on this piece. And that's just a different variation with that. It's a lot more simpler. Will work out well for you and all of the other cool pieces. So ESR, definitely cool one. I still use that in my car to this day. So that's where it's at. I see I don't have a video link for the next product, so let's show you guys the ESR iPad A16K. ESR tablet case for your iPad A16. That is your 11-inch version, guys. That's actually kind of cool. Now, this has got a nice little cover that does, of course, come over and fold up, but it's also got this very cool little piece that you guys can fold backwards and protect it as well. Now, inside here, guys, when you greet it and flip it open, you guys are going to be greeted with, of course, the inside insert. This is where you're going to slide your tablet into, and it's going to actually have a camera opening and everything you can need. On the sides, of course, it's going to be the function button, openings for your power and everything, and volumes up and down. Like I said, the camera angle bezel is there, of course, to allow the camera to use. It's also got this built-in kickstand that's magnetically snaps and holds shut for you guys. That means you guys can set your tablet down like this, or if you guys want to set it up like that, you guys can do that with this. You know, it's going to allow for like 11-foot drop protection with the anti-protections for dropping it all the way around, which is great. ESR has definitely got you covered. If you guys need a case for that A16 iPad, look no further than this one right here. Yep, it can actually, an Apple Pencil will stick to it. So it actually has a magnetic piece for the Apple Pencil to stick to it. Which is kind of cool. And I actually did that testing with it. I have the ESR version of the Apple Pencil. So as long as your Apple Pencil is the magnetic style, it will magnetically stick to the actual case, which is great. So that's the way it's geared. Don't think it actually had the elastic style for the pencil, but if it is, of course, the elastic style, you should be good. Now, we're going to come over here. We're going to talk about OBSBot. Now, I love OBSBot and their OBSBot cameras. I use their cameras quite a bit. Now, we're going to go over to a dual camera screen. You guys are going to notice that, hey, there's only one screen here and there's only one camera. Well, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab this cool little camera. This is the OBSBot Meet 4K. This is the Meet 2. Now, the Meet 2 is a 4K variation of this actual camera, and you guys can see me in, of course, landscape mode. This is the camera I use for, of course, all of my TikTok streaming and everything. This is the camera I use for that. It's a very bright, visible, and, of course, beautiful little screen. And you guys can actually watch when I bring, of course, my... What's up there? It's actually quite clear. Now, it's a cool variation the way it works with this camera. Now, it's magnetically mounted, of course, to a monitor mount, and it does come with the monitor mount. It does use a USB-C cable. Now, the USB-C cable is actually really kind of cool and works well for you guys because, let's be honest, USB-C is your highest charging port with this. Now, I'm going to start sneezing, and I'm going to apologize. Now, if I want to, I can zoom on in there, right? So we can zoom on in here. We can actually set it up. If I want to come in here and I want to adjust, of course, auto framing, I can adjust auto framing. We can go all the way in so you guys can actually see my logo on my hat. It's got 3 times zoom, 4 times zoom on this, right? Now, here's the cool part about this, this camera. I'm not going to touch nothing, but I'm going to flip the camera. So as you guys can see, the moment I flip that camera, of course, it's popping the camera. It's connecting up the software. It kind of because me being me, I hit the plug. So let's get that back on. And I apologize, guys. I hit the plug. That's my fault. It normally doesn't do this. It should automatically detect it. There we go. It automatically switches it so I don't have to use the software. So I can flip it horizontally to vertically and we'll switch the software. I'm going to attempt to do this one more time without hitting the cable this time. So hopefully I can unplugging. Now, of course, hit the power button. So right there, it should be coming back online any second. There you go. Don't hit the power button, but you guys can physically move the actual camera back and forth as long as you don't hit the button. So kind of cool like this. There you go. So as long as you're not hitting it, the camera will change vertically to horizontally without a problem. So that's the cool part. Don't have to use software for that. Auto has auto tracking inside the camera. So the auto tracking will keep me in, of course, position and movement of the actual camera if I start moving around. Really kind of cool that it does that. And the auto framing is actually kind of amazingly well done. So and you guys can see right there, the auto framing works in both variations. Has 3 ways of mounting, magnetic, tripod, guys, if you guys need with this, or of course, virtual position. So really cool camera. OBSBot, they really do some amazing stuff. Now, what we're going to get into is a full pan tilt and zoom 4K camera. This is the Tiny 2 Lite. That's it. This is the Tiny 2 Lite camera. How do you know it's 4K? It's got the red ring around the front. How do you know? Well, the connectability is a USB-C connection. This has, of course, multiple microphones with noise canceling. Has a built-in, of course, monitor mount, which if I can grab, I can show you guys. It pops open, and there's your mount. This is a really cool piece. Fully rotatable, fully movable for this. The better part about this camera is it does it itself. So I don't have to worry about it. And the better part is I have a second one. So let's plug in the second one. Let's grab that second one. Let's turn it on. Let's get the second one going. And we're going to show you guys this in action. We're going to show you guys it and, of course, the zoom. Now, you have gesture controls as well on hand. Now, I'm waiting for it to power on because I just plugged it in. It is now powered on. When I go back to the dual cameras and I come over here and we're going to actually activate the Tiny 2. Activate. So here is our Tiny 2 camera. And what I'm going to do is transform to fit stream. Now, we have this in action, but I can go to preset 1, preset 2, preset 3, or if I really want to zoom all the way in there and you guys can see the wall, there, of course, is my wall. 4 times optical zoom. With this, we can actually do normal tracking. What is normal tracking? Well, normal tracking is if I want to rotate this over here, and then I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to grab the camera's angle, and the camera's going to go, hey, what? We can actually normal track, but we have to turn on tracking for this. So when I come up here and I turn on tracking, tracking should now activate, and it's going to start following me as I move around in the room, if I want to. Gesture control. Zooms on in and brings me guys in a little closer. If I want to go back out, we can zoom back out. So we have that. If I want to lock it in place, it is now locked in place, and it should not follow me too much, but I have to lock it permanently. So locking it, it's just going to lock it and all of that. Very fast, but definitely worth checking that out. What happened? What do you mean? What do you mean what happened? What do you mean what happened? What did I miss? What happened, Trevor? What happened? Did the stream freeze? Well, what happened? An error has occurred. I don't know what happened. Is the stream gone? Am I back? Well, yeah, what's going on? No, it's definitely glitching, buddy. Yeah, it's glitching. I'm not sure what's going on. That's a good question. What is going on here? Let's see if I can bring this back. All right, so there we are. Should be back in action. Yeah, I definitely glitched. Not sure why it glitched, but it looks like it was an app issue because my phone was flashing too. Sheila, I think it was Amazon. Completely think it was Amazon. Nope, definitely not Amazon. We have frames droppage. What's going on here? Yeah, we're having technical issues, everybody, so I do apologize for that. It is out of my control what's going on. Now, we're going to pop over to the Bezos power bank, guys. This is a 10,000 milliamp power bank for like 20 bucks. Like I said, that 25,000 milliamp power bank was a little bit spendy. Kind of walking around and your phone dying all the time. This is just that. This is a 10,000 milliamp power bank that's going to magnetically connect to your phone and charge your iPhone. Magnetic connections is great. You guys can also use the USB connection as well with this. Phenomenal little power bank for you. Yeah, it's an app issue, Sheila. Trevor, are you still there? Can you still see me fine? That's a good question. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. What just happened? It's Amazon. Amazon is kicking me. Yeah. Not sure what's going on, guys. Yep. Oh yeah, I definitely see the issues. So, yeah, bear with me 1 second. I'm not sure what's going on here though. I'm trying to figure out the issues. Don't know what's going on. Let's do this. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening, but hey, you know what? We'll go with it. Try to figure it out. Whoa. It's funky out here. Up next is going to be the Bezos USB-C retractable cable. You can use it for more than just, of course, charging. You can also use it as a data cable to connect up to your PCs. So